Greetings. I just thought, even though my backyard is a bit messy, I thought I'd show you what I've done so far up here. So, yep, just to say there's a lot of work to be done. Hubby's not around at the moment to be able to give me a hand, but this is what I've been able to do, and I'm showing it just so you can see that I've made a start, because by the time he comes back and by the time I've probably had a bit more help over the next coming weeks, it's gonna look way better. Now really I have to apologize. From now you can hear the train passing, and I'll show you. I literally live on the back of a train line, but let's just start with what's on my table. So this is I think that's my lavender. This is obviously my sage. I took that from my allotment. I cut it all down and now it's come back up. These are my hyacinths, so they've died back, so I don't need to actually cut this off. I can leave it because it's already dead off. That one I can probably deadhead. The reason why I left it is because I wasn't sure. I haven't looked yet. It might be seed pods in here, so I thought obviously I need to go on YouTube and check to see what that's all about. This is a rose. Don't ask me what variety, but it is a rose, and none of this foliage was here when I planted it, so obviously it's growing away nicely. This one as well, this one as well, and these were, oh goodness, pound shop roses. This one has obviously died off, and that's a shame, but you win some, you lose some. Most of them have are just fine. These are a few of my garlic. Yeah, and what I will do is I will plant some carrots among them. Usually they say that strawberries are good to plant around them, but this is so deep, I don't think the strawberries would do well. This is a few herbs that I've planted, and I've just left it out here to see what it will do. That looks like my basil. These ones over here were thyme, and I can't remember what I put in the middle, but whatever came in the middle is not really germinated very well. And again, my luck with or fortune I should say, I don't believe in luck with herbs. Basil has never been a problem. Basil and dill have been prolific for me, but this is all I've got out of thyme that has been overwintered, and it wasn't looking like this a couple of weeks ago. It was looking very sad. They've come up, they're doing really well where they are, and I scattered some more seeds in there. You can see they're coming up, but yeah, it's never really taken off, so I'm just going to be patient. This is another hyacinth. This one didn't flower at all. Don't know why. I know I've watered it properly. Don't know why. These are more of my garlics, yeah, that I just did here at home. Another one. They're healthy, looking good. All right, so now here comes the mess. This is the other side of my backyard, right? So it's looking messy, and that's because hubby asked one of his friends to come and go around the edges and pull out all of the thorns and everything from there, because they're really invasive. They've been there for a while, and we just wanted to him to pull them up. He came for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and then just gave up and then just left me. And what I did on this side thank goodness, otherwise this side would be, you know, twice as tall as that side for some reason. Because look at this. I membrane this side. Now, I had my daughter helping me. Look, I work full time, and like I said, hubby's not about at the moment. So then, therefore, it was just us. And really and truly, this was really difficult to put together. It took us so long to membrane out, and then by the time we were tired, because this isn't as clear as how it was when I did this, by the way. It was a whole heap of mess. It was too much for us to deal with, to be honest with you. None of these were here, and I will explain. All the pallets that my hubby has collected, they were all stored right over there in front of our old shed, and yeah, they were just there. A friend of hubby's came and was able to literally just take down some of the pallets and just kind of scatter them so that they weighed down the membrane, kind of helped me out a little bit. However, I couldn't get anyone to come and help after that. People were busy. Obviously, people are busy. If I'm busy, other people are busy, right? Okay, fine. So, luckily for me, I've got hubby's van, and I was able. So let me let you look at some other stuff while I'm talking. So these are my raised planters. Yeah, and I'll explain how I made these in a minute. So everybody's busy, and it's just been a nightmare. Anyway, my cousin Kieran and my brother came round to visit my gran the other day, and they were so gracious. Like, I literally dragged them out here to help me build some of these beds high enough so that I could just get these planters on. They didn't have enough time to, like, they were here to visit my gran, and it was late in the evening. They were able to literally just move some stuff. So these weren't there. Those are my potatoes. They were all the way over there, and look, they are heavy. Like, I don't know if you understand by looking how heavy these are. I can't even, and I'm a strong woman, right? Okay, I can't even do that. That's how heavy they are, right? So these are my potatoes. This one, I believe, a King Edwards that I bought some seed potatoes that were on sale, and these ones, can't remember, they're earlies. Anyway, the point is, I had to replant a few because they were underground, and foxes or whoever it was came and dug them up in this one. They didn't touch this one. I think they realized it was too much soil to mess about with, but this one is a bit lower. I decided to do a little bit of an experiment where this one is quite high, and I've dug them in quite deep, and this should mean that I don't have to add any soil apart from a bit of fertilizer maybe. Where this one, what I was intending to do is continue to heal them as they grow out. Look, don't ask me what flowers. You probably can recognize some of them, but I just planted a load of flowers in this, yeah, and they've sprouted, and now I need to go and find other places for them to grow on. So here you can see these are my strawberries. So these are the ones that I took up from my allotment, and I divided them and put them here. And look at, they're still green and lush and pretty. I fertilized them with a fish blood bone and whatever it's called, the pound shop one, by the way, and they've got chicken manure pellets as well. I bought those just to see. I've also got liquid fertilizer that yeah, and I've also sprayed these with neem oil and a bit of cayenne pepper just to keep the slugs away. So I'm gonna have to what's the word? I'm gonna have to respray them because it rained for 2 days. but look at them, they're absolutely, look at the foliage on them, they're absolutely lush, so they're absolutely fine. Yeah, they're gonna, you know, produce beautiful strawberries. Right, so let's actually get on to the strawberries that we planted, me and my daughter. So there was a company, I can't remember their name, they were offering free, a set of 10 strawberries for free, and you just had to pay postage and packaging. Postage and packaging was only $6.99. So I was like, yep. I checked the reviews to make sure it was a genuine company. It is. And look at that. These were bare root strawberries. So we've planted these. I think Megan's planted these a bit too deep, to be honest. Like, you can tell, sorry, the ones that I've planted as opposed to the ones she's planted, because I've made sure they're up a bit higher. But if I see them struggling, I will dig them up a little bit. So these were onions that had sprouted from my kitchen, and I just left them in water to grow some roots, and now I've planted them out. I mean, this one looks okay. This one is good. That's stiff. This one's okay. This one's okay. But these two are a little bit floppy. I don't know. We'll see what happens with those. So yeah, I've done that, and these were onions that I grew from seed. So they were in my indoor. I've got an indoor area that I plant stuff. So yeah, I planted all of those sets, and I don't know how many are together, but I just, you know, just replanted them exactly how they were, and they're growing fine. Like, they're not what do you call it, they're not flopping away or anything. They look good to me. So yeah, we'll just, hopefully they'll be just fine. So let me go and show you some of my, so what I'm gonna have to do, by the way, let's get back to this, because this is just ridiculous. I'm gonna have to mow this down and just try and cover it as soon as possible before it gets any higher, because this is just too much. And what I plan to do, this gets lots of sun. Yeah, this is the first place that gets sun in the morning, right over this side, and then it travels across. So I haven't checked my compass to see what way facing garden I have, but I reckon, no, I'm not going to say what I reckon. I will find out and then tell you guys. But the point is, if I don't do something about this soon, it's just going to overgrow, and then I won't get anything done. So what I want to do on this side is my corn and my flowers, right? And I'm going to put them quite a distance down. We're going to bring they're going to bring in pollinators and stuff, so bees and stuff will come, and then hopefully, you know, once I start planting my cucumbers and stuff, they will, you know, be able to just trot along. So let's talk about these quickly. So these are called collars, and what I did was I used my membrane. So we stacked up the pallets to give it some height, then we used the membrane as the first layer, use cardboard as the second layer to get everything quite structured, and then I put in the compost. So this is wood chip compost, by the way. So I went to my local arborist and I bought 2 tons of compost. All right, so you might look at it and think, oh, it looks terrible. I don't want to grab that one. Let me grab this one. Right, it looks dry, but if you have a look at what I'm doing, that is really fine, beautiful compost, right? So yes, the top layer might be a bit dry, but literally look at the difference now. Yeah, it keeps moisture in quite well. So yeah, it's good that the top layer dries off. because at least that way it kind of keeps the slugs away. Because if it just stays damp and, you know, stuff like that, the slugs kind of like it. So I got a deadhead that one then. So you can see here. Now here's the risk that you run when you deadhead flowers, is that they might not callus over, and then that leaves a hole, so the water then seeps down and then rots the bulb. I don't know if that's what's going to happen. I don't know, but these are just, look, there you go, they're beautiful. This one, I've got one, I'll probably insert a photo of the one that I had upstairs. That one was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and I just left these ones out. But these were pound stretcher tulips, and they all germinated, they all grew. I've bought some more flowers, by the way, so these two are little bulbs. So there's dahlias in there, gladiolas, xanicas, a few other varieties that are in here. We're going to see what's going to happen. I don't know. There's summer flowers, so there's no, you know, they're not going to come up yet, right? It's going to be at least 2 months before they come up. So, you know, it's a bit of an experiment for me. I've done a lot of research as to find out how to look after them. These are more, no. So this one is hibiscus, yes. And this one is a rose. I believe it's a rose. I can't remember. But yeah, all of this wasn't here. All these new, none of this was here. But look at that. All of a sudden they're growing just fine. And like I said, those are from Pound Shop. This tells you what this is. So this is a hosta, and I got this from Lidl. They're like £4, and these are easily divided. You can plant them in a shaded area and they'll do well outside. This is a bougainvillea. Again, I got that from Lidl. So what I tend to do, this is another one. So what I'd like to do, my tulips were outside. Bloody hell, I don't know what that is. My tulips were out there at the front initially, but you know, tulips don't like full sun, and they don't like full shade either. Around this side, it's just full shade. They needed a bit of heat, so I've just brought them around the back for, you know, for a few days, and then obviously they just decided to start opening up, and yeah, I've had to deadhead them. So in here I've got dahlia tubers, I've got gladiolas, I've got loads of stuff in there, right, that are going to come up in summer. So that's why I brought that one in. So that's the outside. When I make some order of what is going on inside, like there's loads of seedlings. Yeah, seedlings to the point I don't know what to do with them. I'm going to give them away. Yeah, I will show you. So yeah, I can't remember. Again, this is something I can't remember, but I got this from Dobby's, and trust me, it didn't look like this. It looked pretty poorly. It's on the Too Good To Go app, and yeah, I've nursed it all the way back to health, put it in a new pot, given it some fertilizer, and it's absolutely beautiful. So can't wait to see what it looks like when it flowers. Again, it's a cold frame. I got that from Lidl, and this is my little spray concoction. That's got my neem oil. You can see what the color of it. It's got my cayenne pepper, See, there you go, there's the train. So let me just quickly speak to you. So if you can see the trains, then you know what my problem is. Foxes and rodents and stuff like that, because they come from the track. You know, they just try and creep into people's gardens if they can. It's just a natural pathway for them. So that's why I gave all of these a bit of height. Gave them a bit of height, so that they're just not on the ground. But when I do my corns, they're going to be on the ground, and that's where they're going to stay, because I need the brackets, the collars that I've brought for those are really, really big, to the point they couldn't fit in my Ford Transit. I've had to ask hubby's friend, who's got a crafter, for him to bring it, basically. And he said he's going to pick them up this evening and bring them down. So basically I've got to get this all in order. So just last look. Basically I want these 2 rows here. So all right, let's walk all the way down. Right, I am going to have to mow all of this down all the way up to about there. Right there, that patch there. And membrane it off. The rest of it is just, it's too much for me personally to deal with. Look at those thorns. Let me see if I can get over there. Look at the thorns. Look at them. Right. Now again, I'm a strong woman, but them not look friendly to me. Right? They look like they're gonna kick my back out, yeah, if I try to yank them. So I'm not even gonna try. So yeah, so we these collars are what these are. So you can stack them higher than this. I could have made them double the size, but actually we don't need them any deeper than this. They're deep already, you know. So what I wanted was to have about 6 of them around here. I don't think I'm gonna have that many. I might do 1, carry this over so there's space in between, put 1 here, 1 has to go there. That space was specifically done for that, and 1 more up top. So that's gonna be 1, 2. So maybe it's 6. Am I stupid or something? Yeah, I am stupid. Anyway, I've got some more flower bulbs to plant. I bought some more dahlia tubers. So like, look, let's not. Yeah, I know how to look after them. It's whether or not I can look after them here, because of how wild this grass is. Problem. I wanted to suffocate this grass from last year, and it just never got done, right? And now I'm back to where I didn't want to be, which is having to deal with it. So yeah, look, I'm just saying, someone who's got a garden and, you know, afraid of pests, or you just didn't know where to start anyway, right? I've got an allotment in Croydon. It's called Roots Allotment. They're fantastic. Obviously, that's what I highlight most of the time. This is the first time you see my backyard. All of the videos you've seen before are me at the allotment, and I'm going to keep that for now. But look at the amount of space I've got. What am I need an allotment for? Right? In a couple of years' time, once this is thriving, yeah, and I've got, hubby's going to build my greenhouse right there. I won't need allotment anymore. I'll be just fine here. My advice to everyone, just start. Yeah, it's not easy. I understand it's not easy, and it's taken quite a bit of money as well, but it's a worthy investment. You look on the shelves nowadays, you know, just to even buy a packet of chips, right? They've got all kinds of stuff in there, stuff that's not good for our bodies. You know, it's good to grow your own food. It's good to plant your own flowers and learn how to look after them as well. You can hear the birds in the background. you know what I mean? The ecosystem is there for a reason. We need to be in tune with it, and we need to learn how to work with it and live with it. Anyway, this is not me trying to preach to anyone. I'm just saying, gardening and learning how to do all this stuff, bit by bit by bit, over here in the UK. When it comes to Jamaica, don't have to tell me nothing about farming. I'm good. But here I had to learn different skills and understand actually I can grow all this stuff. I just had closed my mind to it. So, and it's given me a lot of joy. It's given my kids a lot of joy. Hubby loves it too. And a lot of my friends have now caught on and done the same thing. Anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long. Just to say, I will keep you updated and posted on how I get on with my garden, and when I decide to, reap some of this stuff, I'll try and, do videos and keep you on this journey. Take care. Peace.